The group, The Magic of Love. Greetings from home, dear ones. I am the keeper of time. I am thrilled to join you this day in your grand experiment on planet Earth. The work that you are doing is absolutely magical. But there are larger aspects happening that we'd like to tell you more about. Remember the pendulum that we've been talking about since the year 2000? The reality is that humanity swings back and forth until it finds a neutral space where it can work together. Although we're reaching an opportunity, it is not definite, because it's all really up to you. You are the conscious creators that create this world in front of you. The magic of love. You hold the magic of love deep within you. Take a breath, everyone. Smile and feel your vagus nerve lighting up, sending out this beautiful vibration into the world around you. This helps you create your reality, as so many things are taking place now. We've shared with you many of the cosmic events that are happening behind the scenes. We've talked about the portals opening, the timeline cross, and several of the stargates starting to open. All of these things taking place have been focused on the planet herself. Earth is stressed and trying to reset her energies for the path forward. Well, dear ones, the reality is that so are you. Yes, much of what you're dealing with at this moment is resetting that energy in an entirely different way. So, take a breath and let us join you here. Expect a miracle and we will help you create it. The moment that you bring it into reality, you set it into motion. Yes, that is magical indeed. I am the keeper of time, and I am here because it is time to change direction. In the United States, recently you have seen some changes in your political structures. Oh, the game of politics that you are playing. When we talk about a new direction, we are not talking about politics at all. Politics mostly built on division, vote for us, not those bad guys. Well, that's not going to work much longer. The reality is that all of planet Earth is heading into a very negative direction with the division. But you can turn it around very easily. Individually, as well as collectively, you can shift the energy of planet Earth by recreating your own story. Create something magical that you can bring forward. It is beautiful beyond your understanding. And here you are working with it right now. Today is a critical juncture for many reasons. The white bison has been born. A short while ago you had an indication of what was to come. The white bison was born, which according to Native American signals change ahead. Yosemite National Park in the United States holds that white bison, which is a very sacred symbol for all of you. It is a hopeful and beautiful sign, and you'll see much of that taking place. You're being bombarded with beautiful energy from the sun. We've spoken about this over many years, actually. The sun is helping. We've told you about how the sun erupts and sends out these amazing magnetic waves, creating the most beautiful sights. The aurora borealis now appears in places where you've never seen it before, but it is much more than just a visual effect. This magnetism is actually the magnetism of the heart. And when you have a solar flare, or a coronal mass ejection, as you call it, it spews this beautiful energy out into the universe. Then it hits planet Earth, anywhere from 72 hours to a few days later. Recently there was the largest solar flare of this solar cycle, which you have labeled as an X-class 14, and there are more to come. But we have a slightly different perspective about this than most of your astrophysicists who study it. We tell you, dear ones, the neutrinos have brought a magnetic wave onto the planet. The heart is magnetic. If you consider that your brain is electrical and your heart is magnetic, it can open your heart. And that is truly magical, for you have actually created this yourself. Many beings here right now have been working with you to create this opportunity. And they have also been working with the planet to focus this energy for her to heal and reset to her own signature vibration. Now, here you are at this fulcrum. As the keeper explained about the pendulum, it's moving back and forth wildly right at this moment, but you're starting to see changes. Look for unity, for that is the only way for you to move to this next level. Otherwise, you will move in the same very negative direction that you have been already. Can you see peace, or even unconditional love blanketing planet Earth? Well, we tell you that it is entirely possible at this very moment, because of you. Open your heart and allow that beautiful energy the sun is giving you to come in. You've seen some recent changes in the politics of planet Earth, particularly in the United States. And they have changed as a result of these waves coming in, so that's part of what's taking place. But it's only a small part, because you have much more that you can create. You are creating a reality which will support you in so many beautiful ways. Take a breath, dear ones. Anchor this light deeply into your spirit. Yes, that's why you are here, and we honor every moment of your existence for just that reason. Everything travels through time in waves. You live in the illusion of time. As the keeper of time, it's why I am here this very day. You're starting to understand that time is actually an illusion. Everything on your side of the veil has to do with time. You perceive it as past, present or future in a linear time frame. And yet, only one of those exists. The now is the only one that is real. The future is but a dream, and the past, of course, is just a memory. Although you may think that the past is absolutely certain and never alters, it actually changes all the time. You rewrite history every moment of every day, which has to do with your collective story. And now the story has an opportunity to change from one of division to one of unity. And that's what we ask you to look for in every decision you make. What unity can come from this? Who can you love? That is the ultimate objective, as you now have this beautiful energy in front of you at this very moment. You are magicians of the game board. Yes, you are more magical than you understand, and that's why we have started calling you the Magi of Love. And by the way, even your James Webb Space Telescope has decided the time is an illusion. We find that fascinating, as your natural sciences and metaphysics are starting to come together. There is truth in all of it now. Because of the illusion of time, everything on your side of the veil must travel in waves through a medium. It's very simple. The words you hear travel through the air. They are vibrations put into the air through vocal cords, then through electronics into a microphone and speakers. The medium of love is people. Air is the medium of the sound that you are hearing. And light is the medium of the sights that you see. And now, of course, the most important part. What is the medium of love? You are, dear ones, the Magi of Love, creating magic in every moment. How does love travel? There's only one place it can travel, dear ones, the medium of love is people. How many people can you love, and how much can you love unconditionally? Of course, you also have your conditional love. The reality is that even your marriage vows are a statement of conditional love. The larger aspect of love is always unconditional, for there is never division in that energy. So, when you take this process and work through it in a different way, you'll start to see the magic that is held deeply within you. Yes, you are the magic of love. Send that vibrational wave out into the universe through other people. Does it mean you must love everyone completely and unconditionally? Of course not, dear ones. Because you are human, you are going to have judgments and preferences. Although some consider it good while others may think of it as bad, your extrasensory perceptions are taking you forward in evolution toward your next level of existence. This is right in front of you now, and we can't wait to see what takes place. The groundwork has been laid for you, but you must take those steps. So, find the ways that you can be the Magi of Love. What happens? Well, it's a fascinating process. The keeper lives in Las Vegas, and yesterday he went to the Las Vegas Strip, where hundreds of thousands of people are looking for a miracle to happen. They are literally walking around looking for their lives to change in some way, mostly monetarily. But it's very interesting. Some of the friendliest people in the world are in Las Vegas, and there's a reason for that. It's because of that magic and the expression of hope. It is the expression of creating your own reality and creating miracles. Essentially, it is the people who do it. So, We will challenge every single person now. Many times before we have given the same challenge to the late masters. When you make eye contact with someone, even if you only have a brief moment or a few words, can you lift them up? Can you smile and help them to ignite their own vagus nerve, radiating that energy of unconditional love out into the planet? Can you touch them in such a way that they're a little brighter than before? That is our challenge to you, dear ones. You are the Magi of love. You have come to this planet specifically for this reason, and the timing is perfect for your work to evolve to the next level. You are magicians far beyond your understanding, which is why we call you the Magi. And love is your medium. The framework or substrate in which that love must travel as people, it's the only way. When you look at a person, you may have a judgment about them. Perhaps it's the way they wear their hair, the clothes they are wearing, how they're walking, or acting, or even the sound of their voice. Well, go ahead and have your judgment, but also find a way to love them, even just for a moment, then you will have touched them with your light. Quite simply, touch them with your light, and then continue your journey forward. And that will change the world very quickly. Remember, your space has been reserved for you to be here at this magical time. Love is here now. Love is coming in from the sun in this magnetic form. It's traveling at 186,000 miles per second, 300,000 km per second, 7 times around the planet in 1 second. How much love can you leave in your trail of light behind you? How many hearts can you touch, even for just a moment? Yes, that is unity. You don't even know which side of a political argument someone is on, but you could care less. Touch them with your heart and allow that unity. Understand that at home you are all intricately connected, inseparable. It is only when you come to planet Earth and put on this bodysuit that you pretend to be separate. From this side of the veil, you are loved far beyond your understanding. Your work is directly ahead of you. Let us touch your heart for these few moments that we are with you, so you can turn around and give it to someone else. It is our greatest of honor to greet you in this way. Treat each other with the greatest respect as the Magi of love. Nurture one another and open those doors at every opportunity. Play well together in this new game. Well done, dear ones. I am the keeper of time and I love you dearly. Message from the angels, balancing divine masculine and feminine within. My dear friends, we love you so very much. For centuries, the false masculine and false feminine energies have been present upon your planet in numerous forms. Human beings who did not know that their true power is discovered in connection with the source have found various other ways to get what they want from life around them. The head has dominated the heart. The controlling and bullying have waged wars, causing temporary submission, but never real cooperation. There have been massive manipulations of minds by those imagining themselves in power. This has gone on for centuries. We are not pointing fingers at one group or another, or one political party or another. We are talking about archetypal patterns that have been enacted in one form or another for ages, both within societies and inside of individuals. The tides, however, are turning. However, more souls awaken to the truth of their inner light. More are becoming aware of the energies of the divine masculine and feminine present within all beings. In its truest form, the divine feminine is represented by a heart in connection to the source, inspired, nurturing, compassionate, and loving. In its purest form, the divine masculine is represented by a mind connected with the heart, resourceful, connected, protective of the spark within, and willing to bring the heart's inspirations into fruition, in a tangible form. In the ideal union of divine masculine and feminine, one is connected, inspired, guided, and able to act in concert with one's inner being. While you cannot control entire external systems, you do not have to be at their mercy. You can find these beautiful energies within yourself, allow them to work together, and in so doing, create a marriage of elemental forces that can assist you in solving all your life's challenges and creating your dreams. Imagine for a moment that the energy of the divine feminine is represented by a pure heart connected to your deepest essence. You feel a loving desire, and instead of talking yourself out of it, bullying yourself into feeling the way you think you should feel, or requiring input from others, you sit with the feeling and the desire, acknowledge the truth of it within you and nurture it with your positive expectations. Like a mother with a child, you give birth to the desire, witness its unfolding perfection, and encourage its growth within. Imagine now that the divine masculine is represented by a mind in connection to Source. It understands the desires that have been born within you. It protects them by keeping negative thoughts, doubts, and the opinions of naysayers from swaying its resolve. It acts when inspired, and waits when not guided. In so doing, the divine masculine becomes the champion and supporter of inspired desires. In a state of harmony, the heart feels an inspiration, and the mind acts in a supportive and protective way. The heart feels an inspiration to act, and the mind figures out how to do so. In this perfect intermarriage, divine masculine and feminine give birth to creations, and work together to bring them to fruition. None of you likes to be bullied, and yet you have often bullied yourselves by pushing yourself, telling yourself your dreams are stupid, or negating yourself. None of you like to be controlled, yet you have tried to control the whispers of your own heart by telling yourself you shouldn't feel this way, or another. None of you like to be manipulated, and yet you have manipulated yourselves at times, convincing yourselves of the benefit of listening to others' opinions over your own inner knowing, talking yourselves out of your dreams, etc. However, upon your planet right now it is nearly impossible to ignore your heart. It is difficult to stuff your feelings. The flow of love is so strong that only allowing it to reveal itself to you, and then nurturing its expansion within will feel good to you. In plain terms, it is difficult to ignore your dreams, and hard to make yourselves do things you don't want to do. It is challenging to talk yourself out of your feelings, and nearly impossible to pretend you can settle for what no longer resonates with your heart and soul. There is a call from within to be authentic. There is a stream of love that wants you to have what you want. There is a power rising within each human being that reminds them, you want to feel good, and you want to feel God. You want to give birth to your desires. You no longer want to push yourselves. Instead, you want to live with a beautiful marriage of head and heart, divine masculine and feminine, giving birth to your dreams and desires. You start by sitting quietly and listening to your own feelings. What do you truly desire? What would make your heart sing? Can you, like a beautiful mother, acknowledge these dreams of the true child within and speak words of blessing upon yourself? Regardless of whether you know how these desires might be fulfilled, can you encourage yourself to believe in them? A human mother doesn't know how her children will grow into the adults they dream of being, but she supports them nonetheless. Next, can you pay attention to your impulses and inspired ideas, and act when something feels right at the time? Can you give yourself a pep talk when someone has tried to negate your dreams? We know you can. The energies of divine masculine and feminine live within each one of you. As you collectively bring more balance to your head and heart, you will see this balance reflected in many ways in your physical world. There will be more open dialogue between diverse groups. There will be far fewer who succumb to bullying and fear-mongering. More will market their wares by adding value and supporting dreams rather than ripping others down. You are living in an exciting time when paradigms are shifting rapidly. You are living in a time when the old archetypal relationships between human males and females are changing as men find their hearts and women find their power, and each strives to become a whole and balanced person within. You are living in a time when far fewer people will support the false masculine energies of bullying and control, and the false feminine energies of manipulation. You live in a beautiful time when so many call for love, connection, balance, peace, harmony, and the inner unity between head and heart. We know your world is in chaos. You have collectively called for love, and yet so many resist love. You have called for change, yet so many do not want to change. There is a clashing of old and new energies, and yet this stirring is tilling the soil of human hearts, making way for the birth of the new and beautiful energies, where head and heart work in harmony, where male and female find greater balance within, where instead of he/she, him/her, they/them, you will all be gravitating more toward an understanding of we. You are starting to realize that you are we, the people of the united planet of Earth, different but equal, striving to bring forth your unique desires, gifts, and talents, understanding that as you nurture the divine union of head and heart, your joy becomes the world's joy. Your desires are part of the world's collective desires. Your satisfaction becomes a generous offering of light to the world itself. Your being is a gift to the greater being called humanity, which is part of the greater being called Earth, which is part of your galaxy, your known universe, and indeed all that is. Celebrate, before you see the tangible manifestations of this shift in your world. Celebrate each time you acknowledge your own heart, listen to your own inspirations, and accept and love yourself through your own feelings. These are chaotic but exciting times. There is no need to despair, no need to feel powerless, or at the mercy of anyone or any group. Within you, the divine masculine and feminine are powerful forces ready, willing, and able to birth any dream or idea into physical form. God bless you. We love you so very much. The Angels Sorcery@offlight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light, click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.